everyone, welcome back. This is Predpool, back with another review. It's been a while, but I do these when I feel inspired, if I really like a figure, if I have the time. A lot of factors involved when I do decide to do these reviews. So I decided to do this review for this Mcfarlane Batman Fighting the Frozen Page Puncher series. I really like barbarian type figures, um, also like as far as Spartan and so forth. So I collect a lot of as far as Mythic Legions and some other lines. So when I saw this done by Mcfarlane, as far as this version of a Batman, his 100th, so many different Batmans that he's done. I'm not that crazy as far as getting every one of them, but this guy I definitely had to get since he falls into the theme that I like to collect, as far as barbarians and so forth. So let's get out of the way some of the things he comes with. As you can see here, he comes with a comic book based on, for this character. There's Robin, there's Batgirl, there's also Mr. Freeze, and these are different kind of alternate versions of them. And if you read the comic, if you get this figure and read the comic, you'll see that there's a possibility that this line will continue as far as different characters that may show up with this type of style, as far as like a caveman type barbarian look. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do continue. There's a couple of characters I'll be interested in seeing. For example, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Killer Croc. I'd like to see Green Arrow thrown into the mix. I think they will fit very well amongst other characters in these style. So again, you get this comic book. It's a decent read. It's interesting just to give you as far as background as far as why he's doing these style figures. He's come with a collector card, which is we've known that comes with most of his figures anyway, and it's the same image that's on the comic book. Your standard stand that you get with his line. He does come with two weapons. He has this kind of like a machete type, half a bat sign on it look, which is pretty nice. I like it. And he has an axe, also with the bat logo on there. So it's pretty neat. As far as this figure itself, I really like what he did here. When I saw his Superman Gladiator, I thought it had potential, but most of us, when we saw that figure in hand, his legs for the Superman was like too long, too stretchy. Well, here with Batman, he seems to be very well proportioned, very muscular. It kind of goes with the rest of the body. So I really like his head size. It's about right. So he did very well, in my opinion, as far as the proportions that he did with this figure. He has a very rubbery type cape, so it doesn't get in the way. It does add weight to his back, so you have to be careful. Well, not careful, but as far as balancing him without a foot stand can be sometimes a little tedious because of the extra weight. So, like as you see me right now, I'm trying to balance him a little bit. So, and he does have one of the negatives I would say he does have is his feet. He does have kind of small feet for all this weight that's on the figure, so he doesn't have a whole lot of support. So here's how he looks from behind. He has some kind of like sculpted accessories. Obviously these are not, they're sculpted and not removable. See if I can focus. So he has like his rope, some daggers. He's got the bat logo on his belt. More daggers, kind of like a batarang type thing going on there. He has different types. His boots looks different from his left and his right, but very nicely sculpted. Maybe with some slight paint touch-ups, it might stand out a little bit more. Some washing, especially on this one here, I think. Give you a closer look at it. But the sculpt is there. This is his face sculpt. See if I can get it clearer. But definitely looks like he's been through some stuff. Got like stitching on the mask itself, but it looks like he took it from an animal. So Yep, looks like he's wearing a giant bat hide on his head and more fur on the back. As far as articulation, you can do easily his T-pose. His arm, look, it came off. It's kind of like almost like if you click G.I. Joe, it's kind of a little bit, at least in mine, it's kind of like the Zorana situation where sometimes the arm just comes off like, hey, here you go. So it doesn't, it came off now kind of fairly easy, but it doesn't come off way too easy, but it's no excuse that it should. So I'm not trying to cover for him, but yeah, this should be something that should not come out that easily. But, you know, if you move them around, it doesn't come off. It just, again, you just have to be mindful of that. Perhaps it won't happen to yours. The other arm doesn't come off as easily, so it might be one shot case. His bottom is a little wobbly, so if you see them just shaking him in his, it's ready for a hula hoop contest. So that's what's another negative. His arm guards have kind of like daggers, kind of similar to his modern versions. They have, the spikes coming out of it, but of course these are bone. And as you probably already noticed, he's got the bat emblem on his chest also. As far as his waist and upper chest, he can bend about this far forward. He does a really nice, decent range forward. So definitely if you want to have like in a jumping pose, you can get him that way. His knees are stiff, but not like you have to heat him up or anything like that. So it's a nice tight, so he'll get nice support from his knees at least. And his ankles also, they're tight, so it won't fall back. The reason that he does sometimes will fall, again, like I mentioned earlier, he has a lot of weight on the top, and his feet are a bit small for it. And as you can see, like he's kind of leaning one side because of his weight. So his waist here, at least on mine, is wobbly. So he will lean towards one side. So he does have some flaws as far as, and that has to do with the QC issues mostly. I can't complain about the sculpt. To be honest, if Mcfarlane had decided or was able to get the Conan license and he used this type of buck to do a Conan, I'll be so happy. I don't feel like we've gotten a really decent Conan from a line. There's the Super 7, but some reason that just doesn't, I don't know, something about it I'm not too crazy about. And then we do have the Mezco Super 7, not Super 7, Mezco Conan. But if you put him next to this guy, this guy dwarfs him. And this Conan, he's nice, he's awesome. He comes with a lot of stuff. However, even with other figures, if you put him next to, for example, Mythic Legions, and I'll go ahead and show you that. You'll see that he's kind of like in between. So that is why I would like Mcfarlane, if he's able to do the Conan license, using this buck, of course, making sure the QC issues aren't there. That'll be great. I'll be so happy. So this already started the comparison. So this is Bat Caveman, as I'm going to call him for now, next to some other lines. So already got the Mezco, got Mythic Legions, just to give you an idea. This guy kind of would kind of, as far as mix very well with He-Man. I'm talking about He-Man Masterverse. As far as size-wise. So as you can see, it's not, you can easily mix him into the He-Man line. They're about the same size. He's just a bigger, broader dude, but there are some characters that are kind of might be wider, like Ram Man and so forth, that are wider than He-Man himself. So overall, um, would I recommend this figure? Well, again, it depends on your taste of what you're collecting. If you like the barbarian type action figures and you don't have an issue with Mcfarlane, yes, get this guy. This guy is, I think, is great. He fits the bill. There are a few QC issues, but if you are able to work with it or it's not a big deal to you, again, great figure. So I hope this review helped, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like or subscribe, and I'll see you next time when I decide to do a review. All right, everybody, take care.